You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It's actually Wednesday, the 16th of November. I'm going to release this podcast early this week. So everything done, I'm ready to record. With the World Cup starting, so I just thought I'd get it out there early. So, last week was another big weekend for me. I got 3 bets up. Total winnings of about 220. So, pretty good. Could have been better because I did cash a few of them out, but I'll go through the bets anyway. So, I had an early bet on Saturday morning. Was let down by 1 goal in the Rangers match, which was one each. So I backed it over two. So just to say 1 goal, it was one each. So a goal short. So that didn't start off the best, but it was close. So then going on to Saturday's main bet, I had Stevenage, Sheffield Wednesday, Brackley, Aberdeen, Arsenal. So three of those games were 3 o'clock. That was Stevenage, Sheffield Wednesday, Brackley. Sheffield Wednesday were winning early. Stevenage, I think they scored in the second half, and Brackley was nil each. Brackley actually scored in the 92nd minute. So got a bit of luck there. But that was 3 games that were 1-0. Then going on to the Aberdeen match, which I think was either 6 o'clock or half six. They won 1-0, scored a penalty, so I had to sweat that in. Then when the Arsenal match started at 8 o'clock, it was nil each for obviously for away. Then they scored, and I was thinking, right, will it sweat this in? Will it cash? What will it do? Um, didn't really know what to do, but uh, what happened was Wolves actually got a corner, and I was like, fuck it, they're going to score. I've had 4-1-0s, and I always say, like, if you're waiting on 3 or 4 games all happening at the same time and they're all 1-0, or a team winning by 1 goal, somebody's going to let you down. So I just thought, fuck it, they're offering me like basically £100. I'm going to take it. It was another winner. So I took it anyway. It was 96.60 odds or something was the winning amount. So was happy enough with that. Uh, overs bet wasn't great. 3 beat. So West Ham Leicester disallowed goals and all that game. Well, it was beat. Carlisle Walsall was beat. Ebbs Fleet St Albans was beat. Exeter Peterborough was up. Norwich Middlesbrough was up. But yeah, wasn't going to complain. I got a bet up 96 quid or 99 quid, 62p. It's a decent win. So that was that. Then because I still had the Aberdeen and Arsenal running, it sort of meant I had less games for the evening bet. So it did a bit of a strange evening bet. I did Newcastle to draw, Queen's Park to draw, Basel both to score over two, and it was looking decent for a while. They're going into like 10 minutes to go. Newcastle were nil each on Queen's Park. Who were they playing? Can't remember, but it was one each, so it was looking all right. But then it ended up obviously Newcastle scored, and also Queens Park ended up, was it Queens Park, whatever it was. One of the teams won anyway, so look, it was beat. Going on to Sunday, I had 2 winners. So I had an early bet on Sunday, which was Bruges to score more than 1 goal, was up. Salzburg up. Burnley over 1.5 in the game, that was up. Both to score in the Firth game, which is German second division. Copenhagen to win either half, both to score in the Inter Atalanta game. So with that, I cashed that out. It was paying 70, I think it was £78, and it offered me 59. It offered me 59, so I just said, you know what, I'm going to take it, because I'd already got a bet up. Plus, it wasn't my main bet of the day. It was just a bet that I did for that morning, and so I took it. But it cost me a few quid because at that time Copenhagen had just scored to make it 1-0. Any goal means the bet's better than they need to score again. They end up scoring to make it 2-0, and Salzburg was the other game, was it stayed 1-0. So it cost myself a wee bit of money, but £59.60, I'm not going to complain. Going on to the main bet on Sunday, which was Frankfurt draw no bet, Villa both to score, Roma both to score. It was a Swedish playoff game, team to win Verberg, and then Royal Union in Belgium. So the Frankfurt one was a draw, so it was no bet. So which meant that the 139 then came down to like 78 was the winning, 76 or 78 was the most it could have won. So uh, you say Villa was up. The Roma game was mental. They scored. They should have had 2-3 penalties. Then they get a penalty in the like 90th minute, miss it. And then about 2 minutes later, I can't remember who it was, hit a shot, it hit the bar, bounced out, and Matic fired it in. So got a lot of luck with that one too. But with that one, so I had the Villa up, Frankfurt up, Roma up, and the other one was the Union Berlin, or Union Royal Union was the only team left, and they were winning 1-0. And I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll take that too. So I took 60 from that. So in total, that there was 120 on the day. Add that to basically the 100 from the day before. You know, it's 220. I'm not going to complain. It's a good fucking win. And I did do a bet that night, which was unlucky, which I had Monaco both to score in over twos, Ghent, Juve over 1.5, Stoya Bucharest, and I had Midtjylland, both teams to score, and it was 0-0. So the only thing that beat that was the Midtjylland result. Yeah, so as I say, it was a decent weekend. I'm not going to complain, 230 or 220 quid is a decent week. Oh, sorry, the one I did miss was my overs. Out of the 7 over 1.5, I got 5 up. I got a bit of bad luck on that. It was the only bit of bad luck I got on the day, which was the Clue scored in the 94th minute, and it was disallowed on the VAR. So, look, it would have been beaten the next one anyway. Probably wouldn't have cashed it out, so would have been beat anyway. So I'll quickly go through the favourites. So Premier League, there was 10 games, 6 favourites won. There wasn't any draws and 4 outsiders. Championship, 12 games, 5 favourites, 3 draws, 4 outsiders. League One, 4 favourites, 6 draws, 2 outsiders. League Two, 7 favourites, 3 draws, 2 outsiders. And National League, 7 favourites, 2 draws, 3 outsiders. So in total, that was 58 games, and there was exactly half, 29 favourites, so 50%, 14 draws and 5 outsiders. So reasonable amount of favourites winning there. Some leagues better than others. National League, League Two, both had 7. In the overs, in the Premier League, there was 6 over, 4 nat. Championship, 6 and 6. League One, 5 and 7. League Two, only 2 overs and 10 nat. In the National League, 5 over and 7 nat, which worked out at 24 games were over 2.5 and 34 weren't, which was only 41%. So pretty low on that. That maybe tells the tale of why I only got 2 of my overs up. So to say that was last week, a good week. As I say, we'll look ahead to the World Cup, which starts on Sunday. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to give you 2 exclusive bets that are only going to be on the podcast, and it's my 2 outright bets. I'll give you them after I go through this week's bets. I was only going to pick 1 bet, but I was having a look and I ended up picking 2. I ended up picking an overs bet as well. So the main bet, first team is Swindon. Oh, so I'll run through these quickly and then I'll come back and do the whole reasoning. So Swindon at home to Crewe, Woking at home to Aldringham, Dundee at home to Hamilton, Dunfermline away to Peterhead, Dumbarton at home to Forfar. So the prices on them are 7 to 10, 8 to 13, 4 to 9, 9 to 20, 8 to 11. And I'll go through them again. So it's Swindon, as I say, at home to Crewe. They're 7 to 10, which is 1.7 in decimal. Looking at the form, Swindon. Oh, hold on. Fly Scores is messing about here. Oh, no, hold on. So Swindon are currently 5th in the league versus Crewe who are 16th. In form, Swindon are 3rd, 11 points. Crewe 15th. Swindon's home form's decent, 4th in the table. Crewe's away form, 18th. Looking at the last 5, Swindon are they drew their last game, won the three before that, and a defeat before that. Cruise away form, 2 defeats, 3 draws. So that's the reason for that one. Next, going on to Woking in the National League. Woking currently sitting fourth, playing Altrincham. Altrincham 17th. Form Woking fourth again. Altrincham 12th. Woking 6 points. Altrincham 6. So home form for the season. Woking 5th, 19 points. Away form for Altrincham 6 points. They are 19th. Looking at the last 5, Woking have won their last 2, the drew before that, the one before that, and the lost the one before that. So decent home form. Aldringham's away form was lost the last one, draw, loss, win, loss. So very, very patchy. I say the price on that one is 8-13, which is 1.62. Next, we'll go to Scotland. It's Dundee. Dundee currently third in the league. Hamilton are bottom in 10th. Form, Dundee third. Hamilton not bad. They've got 4 points. They're 8th in the table for form. Home form, Dundee, not the best home form. They have played games. They've played 7 games. So 3 of the teams above them have played 8 games. So if they were to win that game, say this was a game in hand, they'd be on 16, which would be joint. So their home form is pretty decent. Hamilton's away form, 6 points away from home all season. In the head-to-head, in the head-to-head, so Dundee's last 5 at home: win, draw, win, loss, win. So reasonable. Hamilton's away form, not bad. They won their last game, but it was against Rangers' B team, which you can't really count. And they lost the 2 before that. The one against Inverness, which is in the cup. No, sorry, it was in the league, but decent result. And they lost the one before that against Morton. So very, very patchy. The price on that one is 4-9, which is 1.44. Next is Dunfermline. Dunfermline are away to Peterhead. The price is 9-20, or 1.45. Standings: Dunfermline top, Peterhead bottom. Form: Dunfermline third, Peterborough 9th, only 2 points. Away from home, Dunfermline have the best home record in the league, 16 points from 7 games. Peterhead have the worst home record in the division. Looking at the last 5, Peterhead at home, draw, loss, 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 win. So pretty poor home record. Dunfermline away, win, loss, win, win, win. So they win 4-5 away from home, which is pretty good. Lastly, then Dumbarton. Dumbarton are away. No, sorry, Dumbarton are at home to Forfar. Dumbarton top, Forfar bottom. Form: Dumbarton third, Forfar are 9th with 4 points. Home form: Dumbarton second best in the league. They've played 2 games less than Stranraer, who have the best home form, and they're only 2 points behind them in the home table, so probably the best home record in the league. Away, Forfar third from bottom, 6 points at home, or 6 points away from home all season. Dumbarton's last 5 at home: win, draw, win, win, win. So 4 wins and a draw at home. Forfar, decent away record. They lost their last one. The win before that, but that was in a cup against a lower league team. They win the game before that, win the game before that, and lost the game before that. So their form isn't bad, but they are playing top of the table. And price on that one is 8-11, which is 1.73. So in total, that comes to only about 8.9-1. So it's getting about 90 something pound. And not the biggest bet I've done, but we're struggling for fixtures. I'm not going to push any fixture or look for more inviting prices. If I don't fancy it, that's what I fancied, so that's what I went for. I'll be happy if that touches. The overs bet, as I say, you know how I do these now by now. I'll run through them. Bristol Rovers Peterborough 3-4, that's 1.75. Burton Plymouth 4-5, that's 1.8. Gateshead Southend 5-6, that's 1.83. Inverness Ayr 10-11, that's 1.9. Edinburgh versus Alloa evens, that's 2.0. In total, that one is 21-1. So a fiver will pay just over 100 on that one. Looking at the midweek, And Monday there's 3 World Cup games. Tuesday there's a League Two game. There's a National League game. There's 5 National League North, 5 National League South. There's 13 EFL Trophy games. There's a game in the Northern Ireland Premier League and 4 World Cup games. Wednesday there is 2 EFL Trophy games and 4 World Cup games. And then on Thursday it's another 4 World Cup games. So decent midweek fixtures. Obviously, with the World Cup, we're all going to be betting on the World Cup, but you know, you can still bet on it, use other games as well. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it the weekends, whether I'm going to pick a World Cup bet separate from my own bet. I don't really know. I was looking through some of my bets at last year's, whenever the Euros was, and I did some strange bets and they seemed to touch. I bet teams to have a player sent off, a red card in the match. I bet penalties, a penalty in the match. I had most of my bets for the Euros, and they'll be the same here. Were sort of £10 double or trebles. They weren't winning huge amounts, maybe 60, 70, 80, the odd time 100. So I'll stick with that. I'll do bet builders. I'll do small bet builders. I'll maybe pick a game. Let's say for example the first game, Qatar. Qatar. The first games never usually have a lot of goals. So maybe I even though I hate anti-football bets. Under 2.5 goals, maybe so many corners, so many whatever, something like that. Maybe it's only going to pay 5-1, 4-1. We have fiver on it just to get some small wins. And then maybe the games where there's 3 or 4 games on in a day. Maybe one game you have a team to win and over 1.5 bookings, and another game you have both teams to score and over so many corners. But you're sort of putting them all together almost like a patent, where you have 2 or 3 selections in one game, and then you're doubling and trebling that up, and that can give you sort of decent prices. So that's my thinking for the World Cup. It is very strange, it is. We're all doing this in the middle of the season. But anyway, so the 2 outright bets I've done, I haven't done many again because we're in the middle of the season. Usually the World Cup's at the end of the season. You've got 3 weeks to get up a bit of funds to do outright bets. Literally I'm doing bets last week, this week, and I know I've won money, but it's coming up to Christmas. But anyway, so what I've done is I have a tenner on 4 teams to be their country's top goal scorer. I'll run through this one now. So I have Darwin Núñez to be Uruguay's top goal scorer at 5-2. Mitrovic to be Serbia's top goal scorer at 11-8. Messi to be Argentina's at 8-11. And Harry Kane to be England's at 8-15. £10 on that pays 2.20. Now, if you want to look through them, obviously Suarez and Cavani are in that team, but they're both over the hill, and Núñez is in good form. Mitrovic, that's kind of a no-brainer. Messi, it could be your man Martinez that plays in Italy, but he doesn't score that many in Italy, and it's a World Cup. Messi, I reckon, will take the free kicks, the penalties, so that's my thinking there. Kane, kind of a no-brainer. And I also have 6 group winners. I have Holland to win their group, Argentina to win their group, France to win their group, Belgium to win their group, Brazil to win their group, and Portugal to win their group. Now, Uruguay are in that Portugal group. They're 2-1 to win that group, so you might want to change that one. But I'd look at Portugal's squad, and to me, it just looks like a great squad. The only player they're obviously missing is Diego Jota. But Portugal, I think, they're just one of those teams. They'll win 2 of those games 1-0, and they'll probably draw with Uruguay and win the group. That's just the kind of team they are. So those 2 bets, those outright bets, this is the only place you'll get them. They're exclusive. I'll be putting that in the post. They'll not be posted anywhere. And so yeah, that'll start my World Cup off. As I say, I've explained how I'll do my bets, small bets each day, £5, £10, doubles and trebles, plus maybe the odd bet builder. If I do a double that's in the early games and they're both beat, I might throw another fiver on the late game as a bet builder or something. At the end of the day, it's a World Cup. We're all going to be going a wee bit more, sort of, full on for betting than we usually do because there's so much football on. And you want to have a bet on most things. So that's it anyway for this week. Just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy punting.